very early this morning. Just kidding, it's not that early, it just feels early. But what I'm going to be working on kind of probably all day today, just because newborn life, is I'm going to be making a mid-month grocery list and then probably a grocery pickup order through Walmart, just because I already know I have a couple things that I'm going to need from Walmart. So instead of running into Aldi for the fresh fruits and vegetables and things that I want, I think it's going to be easier in this season of life to just put in a Walmart grocery pickup order and go get it, or schedule it so that my husband can pick it up on his way home from work. So I'm kind of hoping it just doesn't take me that long so that I can get it in and be able to have it picked up this afternoon. So when it comes to my mid-month grocery hauls, usually I shop my fridge and freezers, well, mostly my freezers and my long-term food storage first. Thankfully, I really already know what's in my freezers and on my food storage, so I really just need some fresh things. The garden is right on the edge of producing, and I went down to my in-laws yesterday and they sent me home with 2 gallons of green beans, 1 gallon of snap peas, a couple heads of broccoli, and a couple peppers. I purchased 20 pounds of apples at the beginning of the month, and the kids ate through all of those already. And obviously we're out of bananas, fresh fruits, watermelons, things like that. So I need to get those things, and it's household items and things. So I'm going to sit down this morning, drink my coffee, put in my Walmart pickup order for fresh fruits and things, and then we are going to shop my freezers and pull things out of freezers that I'm going to need for the second half of the month. So it's not always that I need to put in a grocery order and go shop my freezers and things, but because it's summer break, I definitely have to. My big kids are eating me out of house and home, so we definitely need to do a new grocery order. And if my kids are eating through the fresh fruits and vegetables, am always happy to restock those. It's the junky things that I won't restock until my next big grocery shopping. So we are completely out of everything. I think I have like 1 apple left, and that's really it. So let's try to sit down and get these in. Drink my coffee while it's still hot, while all of my little kids are still sleeping. I have a slice of banana bread I'm gonna eat, so let's go ahead and put in this grocery order, and hopefully the total isn't too high, but it probably is, so let's see where we're at. This is also when I will go through my fridge for a second time. I always go through it at the end of the month, prepping for a big grocery shop, but I will also go through it now as a little bit of a reset. I'm not gonna like scrub it out or anything unless something spilled and something needs to be scrubbed up, but it's really just like clearing everything out, reorganizing it, and then putting in the new stuff. So it's not super complicated, but it does take a little bit of time for sure. The fridge is cleaned out and my Walmart order is placed. I know what I have coming in, and I know what I still need to restock that I have in my freezers. So this is a point where I'm going to restock things, mostly things like cheeses, lunch meats, kids snacks, anything that at the beginning of the month when you guys watch my grocery hauls, if I am buying multiple of something, 9 times out of 10 I'm putting it in the freezer. Things like breads, yogurts, cheese, lunch meats, cream cheeses, butter, things like that. This is the point in the month where I typically just run out of those things just through natural eating and baking and things, and it's time to just kind of restock. So a lot of the times, if it weren't summer break, I wouldn't have to go back to the store. The orchard is right on the edge of producing a lot of berries, and the garden is right on the edge of producing everything that we need, like tomatoes and cucumbers and things. Right now we're getting a lot of lettuce, a lot of greens and things, so I don't have to get any of those things. But probably next month I won't have to do a mid-month haul, maybe just for like milk and things. So it's time to dig through the freezers, and so now I'm gonna actually pull things out of the freezers. I also want to do a little bit of mental meal planning for the next couple of days, because with the newborn and lack of sleep, I've been terrible at pulling meat out or remembering to pull meat out until it's literally dinner time, and I'm fighting completely frozen meat. So I'm gonna also try to pull a couple different varieties of meat out of the freezers and get them in the fridge to kind of slowly defrost, and I won't have to fight my meat. So let's do all of those things really quick. I've been pulling out of this all month long, so you can see sometimes we have empty bags or whatever, but I'm gonna pull out the last of the Go-Gurt tubes for the kids. They love these. I'm also gonna pull out a thing of bacon. I want to do carbonara with like fresh rolls one night, and maybe that'll be something we do tonight. So I'm gonna pull all this bacon. I also need to throw out a thing. Oh, I do have another thing of Go-Gurt. I'm gonna pull out a thing of mozzarella cheese. I have half a bag of cheddar still, so we need a mozzarella. This bag of fruit has been in the bottom of my freezer for like 3 months, so we're gonna pull it out, bring it upstairs, and the kids will eat it, or we'll make a smoothie out of it or something, maybe popsicles, but I want to use this up. It's been in the freezer for a while. I think that's good for this freezer, so I'm going to open up my meat freezer and pull some things out. I'll pull that out. Everything we ended up grabbing, I grabbed a bag of chicken breasts, a bag of bacon, or a thing of bacon, some roast beef. This is some white fish, like, or panfish rather. These might actually be some walleye. I don't know how great these are going to be. They look pretty freezer burnt, so if they thaw and they look kind of nasty, they feel nasty, the chickens will get them. This is 5 pounds of pork steak. I don't know why the butcher packaged them in such large portions. We have parts of 2 different pigs in our freezer right now, and they were butchered at 2 different butchers, and the second butcher packaged them in like 1 pound sections. They're much easier to manage, but 5 pounds is just a lot even for our families, so this is a couple meals for us. I'm going to thaw it out, process it all down at once, and probably end up putting some back in the freezer. But I figured with all of the beans and peas we have, a stir fry would be really good, and the peppers and stuff. I pulled out 1 brook trout. I'll just roast this for dinner or a lunch or something one day. 1 pound of venison, and then some more store-bought things. The Go-Gurts, the cheese, and then Colby Jack. I figured maybe for lunch one day the kids and I can do like a beef and cheddar sandwich type thing, and then the bag of frozen fruits for the kids. So this is everything we ended up pulling out for right now, and then my grocery order will come and I'll show you guys that too. I also had a couple of things in the kitchen I really wanted to take care of cleaning wise. The first thing was giving my coffee pot a really good deep clean. This model beeps when there's a lot of residue buildup, and it's been beeping at me for a couple days, so it's time to go ahead and clean it out. And as you can see, it kind of needed it. So I just ran some water and some vinegar through it, and it was good to go. I also wanted to take everything off of my counters and give everything a good deep clean. I also cleaned out the inside of my microwave and the inside of my oven. I just didn't end up filming that this day, but I really just wanted to give everything a good wipe down and like a really decent reset. It really needed it, just because I haven't been taking care of those things as well as I normally do being postpartum. So it felt really good to get all those things done, and then it was time to go get the grocery order. Of course, it's all hands on deck here, so everybody helped carry everything in. We got everything inside and started putting everything away. We ended up getting 2 cucumbers, 2 things of blueberries, 2 things of blackberries, coffee creamer, green grapes, apples of 2 variety, bananas, formula for the baby, lots and lots of strawberries because it is strawberry season, and you know what, these are pretty much already gone. Tomatoes, more tomatoes, milk, and red grapes because we have people who prefer both. Some milk, and I let each of the kids pick out a different thing of popsicles for the weekend because this was like a Thursday or a Friday. So there is kind of everything we ended up getting for our grocery order for the middle of the month.